Alrighty guys, y'all hear this? This little Chrysler just pulled up beside me, this minivan. So y'all take a listen at this. That is a flywheel. Poor guy. Come on down to Brothers Motors. We can take care of that for him. I can hear it crunching noise while it's sitting there idling. The noise really loud. Now I got a whole video highlighting that noise. In fact, I'm gonna upload. That's that van right there. If I get back to him at a red light, I'm gonna give him my card and tell him to give me a call. I can get that fixed. Ladies and gentlemen, I know a flywheel noise when I hear one. So this is a short video and I'm out of time, but I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna upload a video next showing y'all how to diagnose that flywheel. Flex plate. It's a flex plate on automatic transmission. So I got this car. It's a minivan, about a 2012 model. I want y'all to listen to how this sounds when you start it up. Okay, here we go. You might can hear it a little bit. You can really hear it when I put it in the gear. Wow, it gets louder. All right, so I'm gonna go outside and see if you can hear it under the hood, ladies and gentlemen. And you can. Now, the warning I want to give to y'all is that don't get tricked and don't get fooled automatically thinking that's a rod or any kind of bottom end engine noise, because there's a lot of moving parts on the bottom of this drivetrain, meaning the engine and the transmission. Okay, so never just assume. Like I know one shop, they hear noises like this, they will automatically sell the customer an engine. Ladies and gentlemen, the best way to find out, or one of the ways to find out what this noise is, first you got to get the car in the air. And I'm gonna go out on a limb here, only based off I done a couple of these, and I've heard this noise before. But I don't want you to just jump into something because I'm saying it. So I'm gonna go over a couple of procedures you can do to check and find out what's causing this noise. But first things first, we got to get it up in the air. Okay, so I'm gonna put the lift under the car and we're gonna let it up. Wow, that's loud. We're gonna let it up in the air. Make sure y'all hear this, because I did a video on this earlier, but it was a car. It was a Sebring, and I didn't get to let y'all hear the noise. But on this one, you can hear the noise. All right, without further ado, let's get the car up in the air. I'm gonna shut it off. So like I say, man, I got the car up in the air now, the van actually. Here's the telltale inspection cover, so to speak, right here. Okay, so it's just 4 tabs right here. You can remove these tabs, and I can tell from the little rust right here, I can tell already that it's probably the flywheel probably is coming apart. So let me get this cover removed and we will take a look at what's going on. So I have the inspection cover removed. Now, like I said before, based on all that rust, there's a big huge chance that that flywheel is coming apart. Now, to get a feel for if you think it's come apart, to get a better feel, you can remove this two little rubber covers off on here. I have one of them off. So what I'm gonna do is, I don't know if y'all can see inside of there, I'm gonna take my screwdriver and pry on the flywheel as I try to turn it. If you hear any clanking, yes, your flywheel has come apart. And ladies and gentlemen, yeah, see that flywheel is broken. You can hear it, and based on the rust, that's a sign of the flywheel has come apart. So all the rust from the flywheel is like splattering and spreading all over the bell housing area. That, my friend, is a broken flywheel. Now you have to be careful, just not so much careful, but you have to be, well, I'll use the word careful. You have to be careful when you just going in to replace a flywheel, because you have to make sure, I heard this from engineers a while back, you have to make sure that the marriage is intact. And when I say marriage, I mean the relationship between the engine block and the flywheel bell housing. So there's 2 dowel pins on each side, so they have to be intact. Everything has to be mated together. That will ensure a successful repair, because flywheel is not a wearable item. It don't wear out, so to speak. So when they break, it could be from a number of reasons, but you do your part in verifying that it's nothing, it wasn't caused by mating. Mating meaning the transmission married to the engine as it comes together. So do your part in making sure that part is intact, but because again, flywheel is not a wearable item. All right, so alrighty guys, I just about got everything out. Like I say, I can't do a tutorial on how to remove the trans, but I can go through a lot of quick things with you. All you got to do, guys, is remove the suspension that's attached to the transmission, right? So here's all the axles, the engine supports, the cradle bracket, things like that. Axles on both sides. Okay, so right now I got everything loose. The only thing holding this transmission up is those two bolts I mentioned up top. I'm gonna reach my arm up there and unhook those, and I got one bolt holding right here and one bolt holding on the top. All these bell housing bolts are off, so when I even this mount, it's not connected to the transmission. So, and I have don't forget the torque converter bolts, the flywheel. This is what we're chasing. You hear that? Do y'all hear that? Well, I'm gonna show you what it looked like as soon as I drop this trans. All right, let's get this trans out, baby. Let's get it. Alrighty guys, what do y'all see? Got the trans out. I actually need to take the bolts out, but look, you hear that? Look. Yes, that is not supposed to do that, guys. Alright, now who was that? I think that was Easy Does It. Was asking me was a flywheel attached to the block. The flywheel flex plate, whichever you want to call it, is attached to the crankshaft. So as the crankshaft rotating, considering the engine is running, this flywheel is running. Now, why is this flywheel needed? A couple things. Here's the starter. The starter's job is to, armature is to come out, engage this flywheel, and spin it over in hopes of the car cranking. Once the ignition system pick up the cranking, it should catch and the car start up. The way that happens is there's a crank sensor somewhere on here. This crank sensor monitors the gear on the crankshaft. Okay, some crank sensors monitor the teeth on the flywheel. This is not that case. But yeah, this is bolted to the crankshaft, which is in turn, these 4 bolts here, bolted to the transmission torque converter. All right, so that's how power is transferred from the engine to the transmission. Okay, once the torque converter is spinning, depending on a lot of factors that will engage gears and things like that, and you get to go. What's the point in running if you can't go, right? Yeah, they go hand in hand. All right, so this is broken. You're not supposed to do that. That's why I didn't want it to appear that I was camera trick. So let me get these bolts off so we can look even further. I'm gonna show y'all what actually broke. All right, hold tight. Alrighty guys, do y'all see that? Okay, so this is the noise you was hearing on startup. Remember you heard a noise on startup? Look at that. It was just literally walking, and you hear a noise while it was running. So if you hear that clinking noise when you first started, I know I've seen guys replace the starter for that. It's just a matter of diagnosing it, guys. I don't know how you can prevent from not letting it happen. Well, I'll tell you one way. You can watch this video and you can see that there may be other things you need to check, because I'm not going to sit here and lie. When I first ran across this problem, it got a new starter. Okay, so technically, realistically, I don't want you guys to make the same mistake that I made, because it could damage your image. All right. Yes, these are image killing mistakes right here, guys. Let me take this all the way out. Look at that. Wow. Yes, and guys, while you're in here, go ahead and inspect this rear main seal. All right, now I do have oil leaks, but it's coming from the oil filter adapter housing. Look at this freaking piece of junk flywheel. Only this was bolted to the torque converter, and I mean the crankshaft. This was bolted to the crankshaft. These was bolted to the torque converter. All right, now that we got that out the way, where's my new baby? Here she is. All right, no sense wasting time. We might as well get this on. Remember, guys, dowel pins. All right, my new flywheel. Throw this piece of junk in the trash. Like I said earlier, guys, don't forget to go ahead. Where's those dowel pins? Just so you know what I'm talking about. Here's one. All they're designed to do is to make the block and the transmission together, align it, so to speak. Okay. Now, this flywheel, as far as getting it on wrong, you will have a sense of feel if it's on wrong. I mean, it can go on. Now, hole wise, it's only going to bolt up one way. Like, you can't get this wrong because this part is idiot proof. However, this part, which way it mates, can be a little technical to some people. So, but you will get a feel for if you got it on wrong, guys. Trust me. All right. So, let me get to work, guys. I have to put this on, put this transmission back in. I'm gonna try to finish this job today. I'm gonna go try to upsell this oil filter adapter housing, and that's all I have, man. So let me find my bolts. I need both of my hands, fellas. I'm sorry, but yeah, let's get to work, man. I appreciate you guys watching the videos. Remember, don't forget to watch the early part of the video where I showed the diagnosis. I carded it up front. I will put the link in the description as well, so you see what led me to this. Okay. I don't know what sense knowing this if you don't know what led me to this. These don't, you know, out of the blue, it give off an indication that it's broken. It's not bad. You can call it bad, but it's physically broken. How that happened, we'll talk about that on the next video. For now, I gotta go, guys. That's all I have. Thanks for watching.